Ben Whittaker's signing with Eddie Hearn could transform his career. With Matchroom's global reach, he gains world-class exposure and financial opportunity. But success brings pressure. He must perform, entertain, and deliver on the hype.
So Ben Whittaker signs to Eddie Hearn. What does this mean? It means bigger exposure and bigger international branding. Because Eddie Hearn, he represents not just a machine, he represents a huge machine. For example, their new deal with DAZN represents millions. I think it's 100 million, it may be even more. Because with Eddie Hearn, he brings finance and exposure to the table. Let's give an example. Look at what Eddie Hearn has done with Conor Benn. Conor is not a world champion, but he is a household name that makes serious money. Of course, it helps being Nigel Benn's son, but there was a point where Conor Benn's career was not on such a massive trajectory. So what's the point of this? The point is that Eddie Hearn can make fighters popular and profitable. Eddie Hearn can make fighters popular and profitable. And he also has the ability to get title opportunities. Eddie Hearn is popular as a promoter, and his machine, they promote big fights. He has a powerful relationship with DAZN, and that's essential. Also, think of this. When Eddie Hearn does interviews, think of this. He promotes his fighters, and he also promotes their fights. He engages in the marketing. He engages directly in the marketing. Let me give a reference. Eubank and Eddie Hearn, they're always having, back and forths. And that's a prime example. Their exchanges is marketing because their exchanges are promoting the Conor Benn and Eubank Jr. fight even more. So in a sense, signing with Eddie Hearn opens the door to finances and fame. It opens the door to finances and fame. And let's be honest, not all promoters can open that door. And considering that Ben Whittaker is like a charismatic type personality, there is the potential, at least, that this could be a great relationship. Also, what's interesting is that Eddie Hearn, I believe, supports the Muhammad Ali Act. What is the Muhammad Ali Act? Well, it's legislation on bringing fairness to fighters. Now, the only criticism that I could find is that Matchroom has contract complexity. You might ask, what is contract complexity? Well, contract complexity is the small print of boxing, the glove size, rehydration, rematch clauses, etc. But the truth is, all promoters do contract complexity. Let's not kid ourselves. The objective of boxing is to win, and everyone is trying to gain an edge, whether it's the promoters, the managers, the trainers, the fighters, etc. So from the surface, at least, Matchroom does fair business. There's another caveat here, because it's important to remember that a fighter negotiates or should negotiate a contract with their manager and lawyer. Typically, fighters at the top level or near the top level or contenders, they would have a team, and that team should have their interest at heart. I say that to say this. If you sign a bad contract, who is to blame? Is it the promoter? Is it the manager? Is it the lawyer? Because these are the people that are supposed to represent your interest. But there's no doubt that Eddie Hearn represents this massive machine. But even with Eddie Hearn behind you, you have to provide results. And the reality will be that Whittaker will not only need to win, but he will need to win well. There will be pressure. There will be pressure to develop a buzz, to build rivalries, and to satisfy the need for entertainment. But this can be Ben Whittaker's lottery ticket, as long as he has the right numbers. And of course, with situations like this, there are a variety there are a variety of questions to consider. For example, will Ben Whittaker rise to the occasion under Eddie Hearn? Will he be able to rise to the occasion? And can Eddie Hearn turn Whittaker into a global superstar? Yes, he's turned others into superstars, but can he turn Whittaker into a global superstar? And does signing with Matchroom guarantee success, or does it just guarantee the opportunity? And finally, will Whittaker be able to handle the pressure that comes with the spotlight? Like I said, things are about to get interesting.